Okay. Oh. Hi everyone, welcome to a Sundara 2020 review. Because here's the thing, Sundara have been pinnacle. They're like a landmark headphone on this channel, and they sit in the center of the big three. We got Argons, we got KPH-30Is, Ultras, and we got Sundara. And I had to remove my Porsche gauge cluster and everything, get to it. And I'm going to open up some Cock and Bull ginger beer, or oh god, because this is actually pretty good stuff. I should be sponsored by soda brands. Cock and Bull, like I literally bought this and it's really good. I'm not a huge ginger like fan, but this is good stuff. It tastes like the old Yankee Stadium bathroom. It's great. No, it really is good. So these are, and I had to get a marker out and write OG on my pair of Sennheisers, on my pair of Sundaras, because the new ones, remarkably similar, because I think they're identical visually. I had heard that it was going to be different pads, that it was going to be different this, different that, and it ended up being identical. So I wrote OG on the OG ones, and you know how many times I've checked to see that written there in the last 40 minutes, because I had to go back and forth. At first I was doing two different wires, because I have the stock wire, but it's unbalanced, and I wanted to try them balanced. So I got the balanced cable, and I got another balanced cable, and then I was switching back and forth. I'm like, wait a second, if these sound different because of the different amps or the different cables, and I went to like one cable and one amp, and there is a legitimate sound difference between the old school OG Sundaras and the new one. And I like the new one better. And this video just ended, and the link's in the description. Actually sent to me by HifiGo, but they're out of stock. They're a little bit more money. These were $350, and they've lived in the $350 mark. So usually the way you could tell if you've got an old set or a new set, they're just a little bit more money. So the Sundaras on HifiGo is $369. They claim $500 marked off to $369, but they're out of stock. And then like if you go to like APOS, I'm pretty sure APOS is still selling the original older ones because they're at $350. And like that, it doesn't even say, honestly. I asked them like, hey, is this like the updated version? Because I can't even tell based on, holy fuck, I just realized there's a HifiMan tree here. The HE5s grew up to the HE6 to the HE500. Wow, that's cool. Well, link to HifiGo so you could look at the tree of HifiMan evolution. Apparently the Edition X and Susvara. Why is the Edition X higher than the Susvara? Because it makes more sense. Why is the Edition X higher than the HE1000s? I don't know if I trust this. 2014, 2012, 2011, 2010, 2010, 2009. 2009. So yeah, anyway, Neo Super Nano Diaphragm, blah, 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 very pretty. Look at all the breakout things. I don't see anything on here that says specifically that this one is the 2020 version, but it is. And there is just enough of a sound difference to make me go, wait a second, is my old pair damaged from misuse or use or just age, and is this new pair better, or am I losing my fucking mind? So for ease, I'm going to plug in two different cables just so I'm not switching a million of them. This cable was actually sent to me, Haibo, the same company that does the Grado mods that I'm going to install on my Hemps. Haribo? Habidibiro. And I asked me what cable I want. I'm like, I want a 3.5mm to 4.4 Pentagon. Can you send me one of those? And they're like, sure. So they built me a cable, and it's very nice. It's fabric weave. Little red and black knot ring washers. Now, my only concern about this cable, and I'm going to bring this up with them on email, is that this split here is literally machine sharp. Like that could break glass. That's insanely sharp. But yeah, because I'll show you the stock cable, because I'm sure you're all going to be like, well, Zeos, isn't the stock cable good? Maybe they have improved the stock cable, because, you know, HifiMan knows how to improve things. So here's this connector it comes with. Here's the right angle, 3.5mm that it comes with. That's great. It goes into a metal thing. That's great. It goes into a wire. The wire's great. Wait. The wire's great. I mean, it's not the worst HifiMan cable. There was real bad ones, but it's still like a floppy, not froppy. Froppy would be good. Floppy is what it is. It's just very spring-loaded as a cable. Like, I got a cable that, like, you put it and it lays down. This will literally stand up. Hit you in the face. It hit me in the fucking face just now. So it's like, it's not the worst cable, but I'm not going to use it for the test. Also, the split's very big considering what it's doing. And cheap plastic. And it goes to do smaller ones that are actually, I just realized this. One of these cables is shinier than the other. It's barely, but it's there. And then into two connectors, which are 3.5 millimeter, which are green on the inside. This is LNR. So you get a functioning cable. I'm just gonna put it that you get a functioning cable, but not a balanced cable. I'll have some more of this cock and bull. Watch Zeos drink cock and bull. Put on my Gashelli fucking coaster. Gashelli J2, linked in the description. So, as I sit here, toiling, double bubble, toil, and trouble over, do I hear a difference? Am I sure? Are you sure it's not the cable, not the amp, not the fucking wire, not my fucking, am I breathing different? It's a different part of the song. By the way, K wallpaper in the description was best girl. And this is a big video, so that's another reason I picked that. And it's fucking almost near-eye impossible. Let's plug it into the Wah 11 Topaz and J2 combo. So that's this guy. Build. I guess I should do build in case you forgot what the Sundaras look like. Metal. Metal. Plastic. Nice. Had nice. Felt on the bottom. Same thing. Literally nothing's changed. Re-reviewing this would be a waste of time. The pads itself, because here's where I thought it was going to be actually like a difference, is I thought they were going to bring out different pads, and I'm trying to like feel. Now, granted, the OG ones, you OG? No, you're not. Oh wait, you're OG. These are the OG ones. I didn't even. Okay, so yeah, no, it doesn't matter which one I picked up because it doesn't matter. The new pads might be slightly softer. And I mean like almost imperceivably slightly, maybe, kinda. But the exact same design, fabric here, perforated here, fabric and perforated, just like a different density of foam maybe. Just like, it feels more rubbery. Maybe the pads are stretchier because they're newer and these have stiffened up over time. I don't know. All I'm gonna tell you is that whereas the Sundaras have always been the headphone to get, now that sounded like I accidentally turned on speakers. These are the new ones. These are the OGs. These are the new ones. And I hit that button and there was so much sound in just the right place. I was actually taken aback. That was a real reaction you just watched. It wasn't like one of those Zeos is playing up for the camera. I hit that and it was slightly louder than I thought it was going to be, and it was right here. And I'm like, oh, what? Oh wait, there's no speakers in this. I mean, there are speakers, but there's none on. And it. Oh geez, now. And I swapped wires too. Like I went to just one wire, then I switched wires, and I just different amps and same it. And who cares? Jesus Christ, they sound so natural. Oh God, these are still the most natural sounding headphone. I was gonna say that Hi-Fi guys. Wow, I need more cock and bull. Link to cock and bull if I can find it. These are still the most natural sounding headphone HifiMan makes. I'm looking at the 5XX up there. They're very good headphones. They're not in this price league, I don't think. What the fuck does the 5XX cost? Because we're looking at $350, $400 range for these. So you've got to like come to the fucking ballpark if you're doing that shit. And I've heard lots of headphones by HifiMan. And these still, to this moment, whether you're talking about the OGs or these new ones, just sound natural. They don't sound like they're trying even a little bit. Just sound happening sound. Do you want sound to happen as a whisper? It's perfect. So to my surprise, when I do the comparison, the hard comparison between the OG that I've loved and this new one, to find out that all the things I'm talking about might be a little bit more exaggerated on this new one, which is like the least bad thing that has ever been. And I think, because these are the OGs, I got to keep fucking checking. And I know I'm on different amps. Same amp. I got to get a 4.4 Pentacon switch box going. Did I just do the right thing? I feel like the old ones are very, very left and right in their presentation of sound. You know it's left, you know it's right. These new ones sort of bring that around just a bit. And that's it. That's the only change they've done. But it is a remarkable, good, I don't want to say the word improvement, because then you people are going to be like, well, Zio, should I sell those Sundaras? Because they're both still fucking phenomenal. It's just that sitting here with both, and maybe because I'm just so used to the Sundaras, I like the way it moves from like very much left to right to just the smallest. There now. Just a little bit more in front of your face, a little bit wrapped around, just to give the presentation a more natural fucking feel than by location data. All right, what am I listening to? These are the new ones. Those are the OGs. New ones on the wall oven. Pausing that's the Blood God from the Blade soundtrack. Unplug this here. Unplug this here. Because I did it for fucking an hour before this video started because I knew what I wanted to say, but then I had to double check. And now I'm back to doing it again. I like the new one's better. Literally, I mean, different wire. Okay, we can blame the wire. Maybe the wire's different because this is oh, what was this? Yeah, this is the old school cable guy that got his site shut down because he was in the hospital. And this is so maybe there's a different cables, but it's the same amp, and I didn't touch the volume, and it's just more presentable and it's more forward sounding, but it's not like forward sounding. It's like, okay, you're hearing it here, now you're hearing it here. Because now I'm on the old ones, and I'm like, it sounds so good. It sounds so good. I know it sounds so good. And we're going to switch back. And we're going to switch back. Yeah, no, these are better. These are better. It's not like sell your old ones better, but it's like have no fear. No matter which one, the 2020 version, if they're fucking available again, because it's one of those, I haven't even done the review yet, and they're missing. And the very few places, I'll link to Amazon if I can, will have literally like 2020 version. Like I bought the 400 eyes. Was it the 400 eyes, which was the HifiMans I bought, that were specifically because 2020 version. And it was like, oh, these are better. These are better than I remember the old ones. That was from memory. This is literally fucking sitting here on my table. And you can use a stock cable if you feel like it, but I don't feel like using it. These are still some of the best headphones you can buy. Period. End of statement. 5XXs are probably a little bit more aggressive, actually, in their like low-end presentation. Highs and lows. These are a little more V-shaped compared to these. These are just like Fuck, I don't want to say they're neutral because then someone's going to say, well, Zeus, they're not neutral. But these were always sold by me to you under the guise of these sound natural. You put on something that's an acoustical recording of like the 1812 Overture. And it sounds like you're hearing everyone sitting in their spot in a space, and it's great. It doesn't sound like a recording. It doesn't sound like someone was mixing. It just sounds fucking proper. Proper is the word. And I don't think HifiMan, when they came up with the Sundara OGs, these, I'm pretty sure HifiMan just lucked the fuck out. Because I've had and used and reviewed many a HifiMan product that just fell flat as fuck. And so, I mean, if you have a competent engineering and quality control, you could fix that by literally not releasing bad product and only releasing good products. So the fact that it came out was just a miracle to me. I was like, oh my God, don't buy any of their HU1000s, don't buy any of their higher end stuff, just buy Sundaras. And now here we are, fast forward 4 years, 3 years, however long it's been between this and this. Don't buy anything else they make, just buy this. You get 5XX, you're doing fucking great. You're doing great, sweetie. I recommend them. I'll pull them down and do them in the next review because I kind of like the old style headphone better than this. This is like a little weird, but and you know what? It's one of those headphones that I never change the pads on. They're just the stock fucking pads for forever and ever and ever. So I don't know what else to say because I mean it's been a while since I did like a headphone review, and this is like this requires me to. This requires me to drink. Granted, it's ginger beer, and that might make some of you sick, but I don't drink on reviews usually. But to improve upon a headphone that has wiggled its way to the center line of my background, and then be like $20 more, is like, because I don't know what to tell you to do. Because if you got to hear both of them, you would be like, "Oh shit, yeah, there is a little bit. It moves the sound around. They've tuned it just a little bit more. Whatever it is, whatever they've changed. The back of it looks the same, like literally the same. The pads feel just slightly softer. If this is just a softening of the pads, I'll be fucking shocked. Because that's the thing. Someone told me, oh yeah, the only difference is they soften the pads. But then why am I hearing such a huge difference? And by huge, I mean like moving sound from one spot to another. And I burn these in for weeks because I just put this review off. So the burner rig has been running these Sundaras, the new ones, for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Just sitting there, just playing music. At midnight, that rig comes back on because I tell it to shut off when I'm doing reviews. And then Alexa turns on the caster switch and it's on. So I've been burning them in. They've been getting used. I haven't been listening to them. I put them on to listen to them to adjust the volume. Then I stopped using them. And the fact that I am now sitting here still befuddled as to say, well, what the fuck did they change? And it's like, I don't know. All I know is they moved the sound. They picked it up. They picked it up from here. They moved it literally forward, in, angled it better so it sounds a little clearer, and dropped it back down again. That's what the new Sundara sound like. And I could just sit here just waxing lyrical about them over and over and over. But if you want to just forget the original ones, where's the OGs? Where are you? Your OGs. All right, I'm taking this cable off of you. We're going to put you in the back here. You go here. I'm taking this cable off of you. I'm going to just throw you over here. This is just... No, I'm not... I refuse to use that janky ass cable that it comes with. It's fine, but I'm Zeos Pantera, and if I could link to this guy's cable, I forget where he's located, Poland, somewhere in Europe, wherever he makes the parts for the thing. And I'm going to plug into what do we got? Oh, the Rebel lamp. Lower the Rebel lamp down. So now that's an adapter to go from 4.4 into 1/4 inch. Although it's dead noon on medium gain. These are a pleasant headphone. They're unoffensive. They're natural sounding. They don't have too much of anything. They don't have too little of anything. These are as close to reference neutral. And I'm not talking about neutral like the measurement graphs. I'm talking about like reference neutral. Like, what do you want out of a headphone? I just want a good headphone, Zeos. Sundara 2020. That's it. No one who hears these will be like, oh, these headphones are not good because. There is no fucking because list. Because I want specifically 1 million, decibel bass boost. Well, then that's not your headphone. But you shouldn't dislike this headphone for what it's doing. It's doing its job too fucking well to have anybody come out and just be like, nah. I mean, it could not be your style. Maybe you specifically want like the JVC SV2000s that had the dual drivers and you had to put like 8 watts into it. These are probably more... All right, we'll talk about the gold planars. We'll get that fucking horse out of the room. GL2000s, my gold planar fetish. These are probably more instantly lovable by more people than the gold planars. Gold planars, you sit down, you're like, oh, wait, they're doing a thing. Just trying to find the music. Oh, it did a thing. These you put on, and you don't think about them anymore. You just think about how, wow, this song by The Weeknd. Let's start Belong to the World. Got some birds and some rain. Like, this music sounds amazing. The thunder literally just moved to the left. They're very open back too, like very open back. Like, I know they're open back, but these are like very open. Like, hold on. They barely make the sound of the air conditioner behind me get any less. It's just open ear headphones. Completely and utterly. Utterly. No, don't clip this. Wait, it's not Twitch. You can't clip it. Yeah, no, there's nothing else I could say. I want to thank Hi-Fi Go for sending these out. And then I want to apologize to them for taking like a month and a half to actually sit down with them. And now they're out of stock. And now when I link people there, they're going to go, it's the John Travolta. Where are they? Where are they? Well, they're somewhere. So yeah, I even love the way, I fucking still love the way they look. What a design principle to actually make headphones that don't look like fucking weird shit. It's just black grill, black background, black with some black fucking things. Then there's some silver here and everything else is black. Well, this doesn't count, but it actually fits beautifully. Like the carbon fiber with this. And so link to the guy who makes this cable. Although it's expensive and you're going to wait a while and it's very sharp. Jesus is so fucking sharp. But yeah, K, K. That's K, by the way, from Gerlin Panzer, which is another show that I think everyone needs to watch because it was better than the last few seasons of Game of Thrones. There's nothing else to look at, right? Or touch. Doesn't come with a case. This is it. It comes with a box. So I'm done. By the way, the box is green for some reason. Is it supposed to be green or is it supposed to be like a gray that you fucked up the printing? We may never know. Links to these in the description. Links to the sound demo, which I haven't filmed yet, and it's going to be a fucking nightmare because all sound demos are planned as nightmares. In description. Link to the Geshelli, link to that, link to, I'm using the Liquid Gold X a lot, and I got a link to the Rebel Amp now. Because I mean, you need all these things. You don't need all these things, you need just, your phone will work on these because they're super fucking easy to drive. There's a piece of like white lint that is, go away. You're ruining my whole shit. I got it. I didn't get it. All right, I have to stop the video now because there's a piece of lint there that needs me to get a tweezer. Get the fuck out. Wallpaper, K. I was saving that one for a very big, huge even review, and that's this one. Links to everything. Hi-Fi Guides and the Hi-Fi Guides forum. If you don't trust my opinion, go there. Trust everyone else's opinion. Because that's what the whole place is for. You post your own reviews. There's an official post for every headphone I talk about. And any headphone that is garnering a buzz, and you can post your reviews there as much as you want. Because, you know, that's how you figure out an average. You say, oh, I bought this, but I didn't use it for that. It doesn't work. It's great. Hi-Fi Guides, the site will be updated. My Patreon and Subscribe Star, if you want to see these reviews early, either one works. For $5 a month, you see reviews early, and you get to participate in the yard sales, which now, it breaks my heart to even consider putting the OG. No, they're not going in the yard sale. Fuck you. Fuck no. Stop even talking about it. But anyway, the yard sale is on the 1st to the 10th of every month. I ship for free content to the United States, half shipping international. But if you want to bid on things that I've finished reviewing them, or this would be a perfect scenario where I've replaced something with something else, and I would sell the old thing, but I ain't gonna. But that's what $5 a month gets you on either Subscribe to our Patreon. For $10 a month, if you want to ask me questions, you can in the private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat. You just sign up for that. You get a code. You get in. As long as you're an active patron, you won't get kicked. You'll get kicked out for the purge. There's a purge that comes up every 3 months, and then only active patrons can get back in. But there, you could ask me any questions you want, and I could answer them. Somebody was like, "Hey, I just moved into a house, and my hot water doesn't work. It takes like 2 minutes to get to the second floor. How did you fix that, Zeos?" And I literally hit a video bubble and walked around and explained how I fixed it in my house using a loop repeater and an extra hot water tank. It was interesting. Because, I mean, I hope the guy doesn't have to install the tank. As long as he's got a regular water tank, he should be able to just put a circulator pump under